What's up? I'm Ashley, and Severance has just released the first 8 minutes of season 2. We're going to go over that clip, so make sure to leave all your thoughts and theories down in the comments so we can talk about it. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And with that being said, let's get into it. The scene starts with Mark exiting the elevator, and he just starts taking off running. And I'm like, boy, where are you running to? It seems like he doesn't even know. He's just running. He even has to unbutton his jacket so he can run more better and faster. He a runner, he a track star, and he seems a bit confused while he's running. But if I'm not confused, I won't be running that fast. I'm gonna be walking. He was running for about 2 minutes in this clip. So as he's running and running, he runs past this new purple room. And I'm like, what's that? The color purple does signify a few things. A few being that it's associated with insight and transformation, along with mystery, wealth, and power. Seems quite fitting for what's going on over there at Lumen. But he keeps running until he finds the wellness center. And for some reason, it's cleaned out. So who did it? Nothing is there except the table, 2 chairs, a plant, and the clock on the wall. While he's standing in the room, still confused, a figure shows up behind him. And I'm like, who is that? At first, I thought it was Mr. Wilczek, but then when you slow it down, that's not that black man's hand. But now at this point, Mark is more calm, and he walks inside of MDR. And this is where we meet the new cast of characters.
I suppose you're Mark S.
Who are you people?
Same, because who are you people? The lady looks scared. The guy in the middle looks like an a-hole. And the bald-headed guy looks like he's gonna get on my nerves.
I'm Mark W. Would you be open to using a different first name to avoid confusion?
No, I was here first. Then here comes Mr. Milchek walking in with blue balloons with Mark's face on them. Talking about, it's been a minute. If I'm Mark, I'm popping him right in his face.
Welcome back, Mark S.
He even has a blue turtleneck on to match them blue balloons. He coordinated. Probably had his whole outfit laid out on the bed last night. They start walking down the hallway, and Mark wants to know where everybody at. Were they fired? But Mr. Milchek just ignores him and tells him to keep all his questions in until they get to the management office. He tells him he can leave the balloons in the foyer because he doesn't want him being distracted by the balloons because they have a lot to talk about. Not him saying that grown man gonna be distracted by them balloons and won't be able to hold a conversation because of them. The shade. Milchek then says what you all did 5 months ago was one of the most painful moments in the history of this company. So supposedly only 5 months has went by, but you can't trust nobody up in there. Talking about he was wounded by it too. Specify. Cause what you talking about? How were you wounded? But a line that sticks out is when he says, but we must be cut to heal, mustn't we? Who cut you? And what are you healing from? They get to the foyer, and this is when Mark meets Miss Wong, who looks about 12. How'd she get a job? Mark gives his balloons to her to watch, while he and Mr. Milchek goes inside of his new office to talk. And just when Mark was going to ask him, is it normal to have a little kid working? Milchek ignores him and cuts him off and starts talking about the mess in the office. But Mark wants to know what's going on.
Okay, what's happening?
Miss Cobell is no longer with this company.
Mr. Milchek tells him Miss Cobell doesn't work for the company anymore. I'm the manager up in here now. Mark wants to know where is his team at because he don't know them people up in there. Milchek lets him know they didn't get fired.
What about my team?
We didn't fire them.
He tells him Helly and Irving both successfully made contact with the persons on the outside, just as you did, and that Dylan's Audi learned what happened after the fact. He goes on to tell him the 4 of them became famous.
The 4 of you have achieved international fame.
He hands him the newspaper as proof, but why is most of it blacked out? And why didn't Mark ask this? Why he didn't say, why it's blacked out for? What you hiding? If it's me, I'm saying, where the new one at? Because I can't read this. It's about 6 sentences on this whole page. What's really going on? Then here he go talking about,
Shortly before your mutiny, we installed security doors to keep you in MDR. This accompanied a punitive rendition of the Kier hymn performed by Miss Cobell.
and then gonna ask him if he recalls that. Who gonna forget that? What's wrong with him? He then apologizes and says, "I locked you in a room like an animal, Mark, as an unsevered man. I'll carry that knowledge for the rest of my life." First of all, it's not okay to lock an animal inside of a room either. And speaking of animals, is this why he has this box over there in the corner? Similar to a crate? Is this where he's going to keep the goat? We've seen the goats plenty of times in season 1. What if he got a pet goat now? But real quick, let's get into some of this decor inside of his new office, Mr. New Manager. At first, I thought that could be a duck. But then as I look closer inside the office, I'm like, maybe that's a dolphin because on the wall, it looks like there's an iceberg in this picture. The definition of iceberg means an emotionally cold person. It also means that something is only a small part of a much bigger situation, which obviously means there's much more to Lumen than we already know, and we know very little. And it also means Milchek is nothing but a lie, over there putting on a front. The situation is clearly much more bigger than what he's telling Mark. Also, why is this computer not on the desk? And does this tree symbolize Mark's wife, Gemma, since she supposedly crashed into a tree? But the conversation keeps going between Milchek and Mark, and Milchek says for the last 5 months, they've been asking themselves how could a sadist like Harmony Cobell could take fertile root in Lumen soil, and what that says about us. He also tells him they know that Miss Cobell was at his sister's house when he woke up. Mark said, "Yeah, why was that?" Milchek tells him, "We believed she developed an erotic fixation on you and had plans to pursue both you and your outie in what might be termed a throuple." He calling Miss Cobell a little freak. She a little freaky. He said, "Thankfully, she failed at it." What you mean, thankfully? You trying to get in on that throuple?
We believe she developed an erotic fixation on you and had plans to pursue both you and your outie in what might be termed a throuple.
Mark's not trying to hear none of that. He said, "You still haven't told me where my team is." Milchek claims that they tried to get them back for weeks. He said, "We tried for weeks."
You still haven't told me where my team is.
We tried for weeks to get them back, Mark.
He claims none of them agreed to come back, which could be true, because who want to go back there? He said they told them about the reforms, but it wasn't enough. I think what he's saying could be about 1/3 the truth. He tells him his outie was the only one who insisted on coming back. Insisted.
Your outie insisted on returning.
So the others, they refused.
Yes.
I'd like to hear it from them.
Mark wants to hear from his team's own mouth that they didn't want to come back. He want to hear it from them. Milchek says that's not possible. Enjoy your balloons. With this smug smile on his face. Why not? Why it's not possible? Specify. But that was the whole 8-minute clip. And from today, we have about 3 weeks until the premiere for season 2. And I can't wait because I'm going to need him to specify. But y'all let me know all your thoughts and theories down in the comments so we can talk about it. And if you haven't already and want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.